Greetings, salutations. It's your boy Card. It's been a while. It's been almost like 3 weeks since we uploaded a video on this channel. As you guys can see, things are a little bit different in the background. I'm actually trying to upload a video last week while I was in Japan, but that didn't really go so well, man, because of the internet. But here was like a little clip that I was trying to film. Greetings, salutations. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Card here with my boys. Not my sons this time, my boys, and
Here again? Oh,
yeah, we're here again.
So
and
much of your boy, you try to catch me in some propaganda over there.
It works out like that. But yeah, we're back at one of our shops here in Shinjuku. As I mentioned, we're in Tokyo, and yeah, it's been a great trip so far.
Speak for yourself.
Well, for me, it's been a great trip. Not for my boy, broken heart and everything, but he'll survive. He'll survive, right? As you guys can see, you know, we were trying to make a conscious effort to film and vlog while we were in Japan. Didn't work out, but that's fine. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to catch you guys up on, especially on what we're going to be doing for the rest of the year. So first things first, as always, we like to show off our back-end data. Want to show you guys that yes, I have not uploaded on YouTube personally across many, like pretty much any of my channels for like the last 2 to 4 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks more so. However, even though I have not been uploading content on my YouTube channels actively, like say every day, I have been posting on other social medias that I will be showing you guys, like Instagram, like Snapchat. So do stay tuned for that as well, because that has been really important towards the growth of what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. So first things first, main channel, as you guys can see, still 180,000 subscribers. The main goal for this one has definitely shifted around. When I started to do the grand rebrand, which was about, you know, the end of April, I got hit with moving, you know, and I had to, you know, I was already temporarily in an apartment, and then I had to move from that temporary apartment because the new one became available much earlier than we thought. Thankfully, you know, we moved from that other apartment. The internet was trash, wasn't able to live stream or do anything like that. But then I had to wait some time to actually get the internet set up here. Still had a lot of stuff that was sketchy. Tried live streaming. The live stream kept dying back and, you know, on and off and whatnot. Then the vacation trip to Japan happened. So yeah, we were not in a good place in terms of like keeping towards the uploads and the schedule that we wanted to do. If there's one thing that I've been preaching, yeah, it's consistency, right? So I had to find consistency in other platforms that I know I can keep up with if I wasn't going to be creating new content. So I try to repackage my old content. Now for this main channel here itself, I'm going to be sticking towards my goal of uploading pretty much whatever I want on this channel. In terms, and I mean, what I mean by that, I mean that it's going to be anime focused, but I'm also going to start incorporating other things that I personally like K-dramas. It's a reaction channel, so I feel that pretty much no matter what, reaction content will eventually find its audience. And between the anime, between the K-dramas, between even video games, especially with the game that was streaming, you know, the main thing is to really start kicking this off and get people caring about me, the content creator, as opposed to just the content that I'm putting out. And that's a very big distinction, especially for those people that talk about niche all the time. I always thought about niche, and I feel like niches can handicap you depending on the goal of your channel. Yes, there are certain channels that rely on niche and they're really niche heavy, but when you are a personal brand, you could kind of bend those rules a lot. Sure, it's great to stay in the anime niche and start to branch out, right? That's pretty much been one of my goals. But as the content goes on with the personal brand, I'm trying to make people care more about me, more about my opinions, as well as the animes or the other series that I do tackle. So my goal is to have 3 videos a day still on the main channel, but able to accomplish that is by, you know, branching out to other things that's just not only anime. Sure, anime might be 70% of the content, but it's also the way to get out there between, you know, other gacha games, to get other gacha sponsors, or maybe through K-dramas to start breaching into that field, and start leveraging the content that I've already made and make new content on top of that. So this channel here is going to become a hub of just pure content. If I had to take a guess about how much videos that I in an optimized world will want to upload, 7. Okay, so that's 3 long form, 3 shorts, and at least a live stream. If I'm able to live stream at least 4 times a week, that is my goal on this particular channel. And that's not even talking about multi-streaming. That's just straight up like with gacha games and stuff like that. So the future of this channel, that's what it's looking like. a lot of uploads, and I'm trying to go hard with that for the next 12 weeks. Why I say 12 weeks? Because in 12 weeks will be the next scheduled vacation that I'm going to be taking, which will be back in Japan. If that doesn't happen, then it'll be in 24 weeks where I'm going to go back to Japan with a couple of other content creators, also to some other countries as well. And that one will be more of a content based trip. But that's like 24 weeks away for that bigger trip. But the smaller one will be coming in August, because I decided that, hey, I need to give myself some breaks out here. And as a person who didn't have a vacation for like 10 years straight, last year was like my first major vacation after like 10 years or so, and it feels good to actually take a mental break away from things. But I want to put more of an ecosystem behind the things that I do. So that brings us to the secondary channel. This channel here itself is going to be actually straight up for gacha games. It's going to be straight for gaming. Now, stemming from the niching stuff that I talked about earlier, this one is going to have, once again, just a straight up emphasis on gacha games in general. Gacha games is a field that I recently got into in like 2019. I do actually really love them a lot. I feel like a lot of them, because they are free to play, they are easier to make content about. But the main thing is, with a couple of new gacha games that are coming out, I really get like really enthralled with them and really intense with them. And so this is going to be for the people who like the sweats, for people who either really want to see like the content side of things, the hard, or maybe the hardcore side of things, where you want to be a try hard and whatnot. I mean, anybody being a try hard in gacha games kind of like what, like why? But when PvP gets involved, I like to get competitive. So this is just going to be my gaming / gacha gaming channel, where I could just throw all my gaming content at it, as well as if I want to do anything with card games and unboxing. This is what this channel is going to be moving forward. So I feel like this channel, it gives me a bit of a breather from my main channel, which is going to be focusing on just reaction content and commentary, and this one is just more of my chill channel for the most part. But even if I call this a chill channel, there's still going to be stuff like PvP. When Ethereum Restart, which is the game that I did a live stream for 2 weeks ago, comes out on June 5th, I'm going to be grinding that content, because that's going to have like a whole esports scene behind it, and my background has always been like esports and card games and stuff like that. So I'm absolutely going to be a sweat in that. So that also gives me more content to stream on my main channel, and then go more in depth with it on this particular channel itself. So that's pretty much what this channel is going to be used for. It's had the subscribers here, it just needs the watch hours, and I'm pretty sure in the next 12 weeks we're going to get the watch hours to be monetized. Moving on to our next channel, which is this one, A Card Empire. Now we've just reached like 1,800 subscribers. As you guys can see, it's been 19 days since I uploaded the last video. What is the goal for this channel? Well, like I said, I wasn't expecting this channel to even reach monetization anytime soon, and we did it in like 3 months. So my new goal, or should I say my goal, is to reestablish this channel, is to continue to show you guys the back end data, as well as continue to come up with plans and show you guys how I'm building out other social media platforms. If there's one major change that has happened in the last 2 to 3 weeks, is that I now have a client that I've been working with for about a week now. And essentially I'm helping them with their YouTube short strategy. I'm helping them with managing their, basically how they're going to be, utilizing short form content, long form content. And I'm using this as a trial run, because, it's like, as we say, practice what you preach, right? I worked with a couple of other YouTubers, and things have been going well for them. So it's like trial by error, especially. And now I'm working with one directly, where I'm just managing a lot of their content as well. So I'm taking on managing their content, the editing flow, helping them out, and I'm going to be using some of their data to also essentially show you guys what the back end data of other YouTuber stuff is looking like, right? Of course, with their full permission. So definitely stay tuned for that. So you guys, and they are an anime YouTuber, a pretty big one in the community as well, especially for those in the One Piece field itself. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm also looking forward to talking with more YouTubers. I mentioned this before. We opened up the Discord. I'm going to be a lot more active on Discord, especially working with content creators from different sizes, ones that know more than me and ones that may not know anything about YouTube. and truly start to like develop different types of game plans, stuff that works for me, and putting it to like a free document that anybody can just come and grab. You know, in full transparency, a lot of the information out here on YouTube is all available for all content creators, right? But you know, the one of the ways that people monetize this is by just taking all the information that's already out there and then putting it behind a paywall, which yes, that's a very smart idea because a lot of people are lazy. Look, I'm lazy too, right? And some people would rather pay to have all the information curated than right then and there for them. And I don't really see an issue with that. But what I do see an issue is with other YouTube gurus that try to say that, hey, this information is like brand spanking new, cutting edge, and it's gonna get you ahead of the game and whatnot. And oftentimes that's just absolutely fucking bullshit. Okay, like that's just how it is. Now I also paid for a coaching course, and I paid a lot of money, and you know, and I did that because I wanted to see exactly, is there any information in that particular course that I was a part of that, you know, could I just have just found this information for myself on YouTube, or could I have done this information for myself? Like, was there anything that I felt that if I didn't know anything about YouTube, would this have been worth the money, right? And after being in that coaching course, you know, the main thing, I think the main benefit for that course was the community itself as opposed to the content, because the content is already there, right? So when you have a lot of these people who are going to give you a course that's going to cost like, you know, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, a lot of people never ask themselves the question, can I find this information on YouTube? And then people will be like, you know what, do I want to find this information on YouTube, or do I want to just pay somebody to give me this information? And essentially that's what I felt with my like the course that I joined, and all it really did is just reaffirm the things that I knew about YouTube. And if I wasn't in a position to make that money back that I spent, then you know, then it would have been a waste. And there's a lot of people who are going to pay that amount of money that I paid that are just not going to do anything with YouTube afterwards, right? And that's where the scam comes apart. Like a lot of people feel that because they're from their own weaknesses, like their own motivation and drive when things are hard and things are not working, that's where a lot of people feel like the scam is at when it comes to coaching, or just seeking out people who are like consulting as well, right? So while I do think that coaching and consulting is definitely beneficial, it's all about finding the right people, especially the people that are going to be straight up with you. Yeah, like you can't have somebody that's gonna hold your hand as a coach, or as like, you know, a manager or anything like that. You gotta have somebody that's gonna tell you as it is. You gotta have somebody that's gonna literally tell you that you fucking suck, okay? And you got to be okay hearing that, because that's the only way you're gonna get better, right? Obviously there's a lot of like, my videos are not the greatest in the world, and I don't say they're the greatest in the world, right? Because I know that there is so much more to improve about my workflow of YouTube. I believe if I was just more consistent, I would have had better success years ago. I'm like, what, 10, almost like 13 years in the game, and you know, my success should probably be a lot bigger. But everybody grows at their own pace. A lot, like, I'm not like, you know, dwelling on like the newer people who are like 14-year-olds and 16-year-olds making millions of dollars on YouTube, because they found something that works for them. Everyone works at their own pace, right? But you need reps at the end of the day. So that's why I could build so many different channels, work on like say 30 days at a time, and then figure out what works and what doesn't work, and then just go from there essentially when it comes to YouTube. So this channel itself was just more an affirmation for me, or also a confirmation for me to continue pushing on in this journey. And that's what I want to show through all of these videos that I do forward. I know that trying to promise a video every single day on this channel is probably bullshit, right? And I'm not going to make that promise, because then I'm going to break it, right? But my main goal is to just continue to push out content and to show you the process of what I'm working on. You know, a lot of people have asked me about coaching and consulting. I feel that I'm not there yet, but I want to have enough reps where I've helped enough people to get them results, so that I could bring those results to this channel, so that if I were to prepare something in the future, then it's not bullshit, right? That's pretty much where I'm going to go with that, right? But that is a long times away. We still have a lot of things that we got to work on before we even get to that point. But that's kind of where I see the future of this channel is going to be, you know. And I think about like retirement and stuff like that. Like I kind of like want to be on the back end of YouTube stuff and like help other people with their content creation, while on my main channel I just pretty much upload whatever the hell I want or play whatever game I want without having to stress about money. Because at the end of the day, that's why a lot of people come to make YouTube like videos. People want to be financially free, and so if YouTube can, you know, it like whether it's from helping other people make their content or being the content creator itself, whichever one happens first, that's pretty much where I'm looking at with YouTube in terms of my goals and even retirement. I mean, hey, am I still gonna be a YouTuber even in my retirement? Oh, who knows? You know, who knows, right? We'll cross that bridge in about another like 3 or 4 years. We'll see. The other channel that I want to focus on once again is this channel here, the Card and OTK channel. Initially, this was my first YouTube channel that I actually took serious and grew it to 66,000 subscribers. This is all through K-pop reactions. I have not uploaded a K-pop reaction or music reaction on this channel in like 3 to 4 years. This channel is fucking old. Like we're talking about 2013 old, right? So 12 years in the game. This channel, I've been on and off with it and since I don't know when, and I have now made the executive decision to return to doing music reactions on this channel. Mainly I'm going to focus on artists that are pretty big and artists that are super uber popular with songs. Right now, this channel is not going to make money through music reactions. We've already established that in past videos beforehand. How do I know that? Well, that's because I already have a music reaction channel right here, and as you guys can see, even for 40,000 views, it's only made $1, and that's the revenue sharing. So why am I making 2 music channels? Well, some people might be new to this video. In this channel, there's Patreon. Patreon is going to be the main source of income for this channel. I feel that because this channel has around 60,000 people that did subscribe for music, it just makes sense to return to doing that on this channel itself and just be smarter with the choices that I do for the music channel itself. And I've already learned, like, especially through, you know, other courses and through other YouTubes and just my own research itself, what can work. Right, I've already figured out what can work, and now it's just a matter of giving YouTube enough reps. YouTube is all about momentum, so you got to keep up the momentum once you start. There's other music channels already on this platform that are making tens of thousands of dollars from, you know, just reactions itself. I've already shown them off beforehand, so I know it's something that can be done, but it does require time. It does require the personality to keep up with these things as well, because whether you're a reaction channel that's going to be entertaining and informative, or, you know, just yapping like me right now, there's somebody out there for you, right? So the goal is, if we can get 1% of the people who are on this YouTube channel to subscribe to be a paid Patreon member, that is a goal. That's success. That means having around 650 or so people join Patreon as a paid member. That to me would be a massive success. Just 1%. If we got 10%, even better. But 1% is the goal by the end of the year for this particular YouTube channel. And now we're gonna have 2 YouTube channels that are gonna focus on music. And why is it 2 YouTube channels? Well, because the main one is going to be targeting some of the biggest artists and the best songs. And then what we're going to do with the side one, this is the one that originally kicked off everything. Well, this channel is now going to be used for any artist. Every artist. We're not going to care about who we react to. The fact is, we're just going to have content on this channel, period. Music content. And this is the channel where I can also take Patreon requests and post them on this channel on YouTube, so that I don't have to worry about, well, what are the analytics going to really affect on the main channel for music? Like, is that going to be affected? So this way, when we get Patreon requests and songs from around the world or whatnot that we're not too sure if it's gonna have visibility, it'll go on this channel, and we no longer have to worry about if it's gonna get like 2 views, 200 views and whatnot. The fact is, at the end of the day, there's just content onto the channel. And also, when it comes to like music discussions for like things that are real hot in the music world, well, now we're gonna be posting this on the main channel, where it might have the biggest form of visibility. Also, the main channel also still has the K-pop base that, you know, was built from years ago, so it's all about reactivating and reigniting people when it comes to that type of content. So that's how I'm going to be like pretty much doing the music content. And the music content, let's be honest, music content reactions, they're the easiest form of content to make in the entire world. Okay, there's no skill in doing you know, reaction YouTube, right? There's no skill in that. It does take skill to become a successful YouTube channel. You know, it's and a lot of people think it's luck. No, it's mostly skill, right? Because with the skill, you can time these things, especially you can take advantage of the timing. YouTube gives you a lot of different tools to take advantage of timing, whether it's long form, shorts, or even live streams, right? Community posts is one of the more broken ways to gain, you know, traction. So those are some of the things I've been looking at. The next 12 weeks, it's going to be fun looking at the new data and seeing how we've reverted back to what this channel was originally all about. It's not about random reaction videos and, you know, and stuff like that. Straight up about music, because hey, in the very beginning, you know, it was about music in the beginning. So now we're just returning towards that, and we're just going to keep the branding going on from there. Now, the other thing is Twitch, right? Twitch has been in a precarious position for the longest time. I've been undecided about what I wanted to do, and I do want to stream, right? I want to stream. I cannot commit to streaming every single day, at least not for now, right? But what I want to do is commit to being consistent. I've even thought about doing 2-a-days where I stream, you know, every in the morning, you know, from like 9 to 1 p.m. from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time, and then doing a nighttime stream where I'm just doing video games. Like maybe in the morning it's all about reactions to, you know, maybe not so much anime. I think I'm off completely of doing anime live reactions. I've seen Nicholas Light TV tweet about it on Twitter, and he's like the biggest anime reaction channel on Twitch. And this is just too much copyright issues, live DMCA strikes and all that other stuff, right? So I have thought about just doing video game streams and then just doing music streams. Less issues to deal with copyrights. However, if I'm doing music streams, it has to be on Twitch where I'm less likely to get a DMCA strike, right? So I'm still figuring out the strategy for Twitch. It's not gonna be perfect. All I can tell you is that I will be streaming at least 4 times a week. That is my goal, is to get to 4 times a week, at least streaming on Twitch, especially for the gaming content, because I want to focus on multi-streaming. And I feel that for Twitch, it's still like Twitch is in a funky position, but I still believe that I could get to partnership, or at least continue with the affiliates on this. When I went back in time to see like where my like numbers were at for Twitch, I think I showed this like months ago or something like that. Like I think the most we made on Twitch was like $2,000 or something like that, at least from subscriptions. I know we made a lot more in like bits and donations. So I don't think it's a platform that we can just sleep on. I do think it's a platform that we can pretty much grow on, but it's gonna take a combined effort from all the other platforms that we're working on. But that's just Twitch for now. So that's another form of money to be made. And as you know, you want to optimize, you don't want to leave any crumbs on the table, as they say. Next up, it's Patreon. So obviously I have 2 Patreon accounts. This is the main one, and we are years out of our prime, right? I guess you could say we're trying to get to our second prime, where we had like 1,000 paid members and stuff like that. We are so far gone from that. And we have 238 members that are still this Patreon. Obviously we have 2,200 posts, and one of my main things is to be consistent with the amount of content that gets uploaded to this particular Patreon, because this is the reaction Patreon. And so I gotta like pretty much I've already figured out my tiers, and now just making a concerted effort to making sure content is out here every single day. I gotta hold my end of the bargain, right? In the same vein, on the music channel, which is the music Patreon, which we just launched, there's 22 total members, but we have only 4 paid members. So the goal, once again, is to get to 650 paid members. Not 650 members only, but 650 paid members. That will be 1% of the YouTube channel that's going to be our music channel itself, right? So that is the goal for the music channel. We launched this Patreon pretty like not too long ago, so the goal is to just build this up. And of course, with as much content that we're like, if the main channel has like say 2-3 videos a day, the side channel is probably gonna have like 1 video a day, maybe 2 as well. But it's a lot of content that a lot of people will be requesting, plus a lot of stuff that I can just post to Patreon that people pretty much can't, you know, get on YouTube and whatnot, right? But that remains the Patreon goals when it comes to both of these channels, or both, you know, with everything that we're doing in the ecosystem. Now let me get to social media. We're talking about my Instagram, my Facebook, my Snapchat. I didn't bring up TikTok, which I could, but TikTok is one. I'm not gonna show that today because TikTok is in. I think I got a strike on TikTok or something like that because one of the videos that were reposted. But we'll talk about this some other time. My main Instagram account I have pretty much nuked. Now, why did I do that? Well, that's because we're going to be working on a lot of new things to redo. So I've kept up my posts for when we got the 100K, the 100K button. I kept up my posts from when I met the K-pop group What's Up, and I kept up my most viral posts. I posted about my light novel that is in the works. I posted about when I was just recently in Japan last weekend, and then the other 2 times I was in Japan beforehand. This here is going to eventually become a hub for everything that we do here on A Card Empire. I have been receiving a couple of messages from you guys, like, you know, once again asking for help and with consulting and stuff like that. Like, and I'm being 1000% transparent. You know, we're not there yet. I'm not there yet where I feel like I can just start willy-nilly saying, hey guys, sign up for anything like that, right? No, that's not it. That wasn't even like one of the goals in the beginning. And sure, a lot of people feel comfortable. I feel comfortable telling people and giving people advice, but not taking money for it at the moment. Like, that's not something that I'm like interested. Even what I'm doing with the other YouTuber, it's a trial run, right? Because I want to make sure that what I'm practicing, I'm preaching, I'm practicing as well. And I want to make sure that this works out for other people. And even if it's just a curation of just content that other people have talked about, that other people have said, I want that to be more concise, right? So even on this main Instagram itself, which has, of course, my real name has been out here in the entire world for like over a decade, mainly because of other projects I worked on, right? So a lot of people feel they never want to show their real name because they don't want to get doxxed. Hey, I'm writing a novel, so my real name is going to be out there regardless, right? But this is going to be a hub for a lot of things dealing with A Card Empire, a lot of business updates, and just a lot of things that might be like snapshots of like my life itself, right? Now, that's my main Instagram. My new Instagram, A Card Tensei here, did not have this many followers when we were talking about this channel last month. That is because this channel has gone, and I wish we had the full-on numbers here, but this channel has grown 6,900 followers, I believe, or probably 6,800 followers. I believe this channel within okay, we gained some more. This channel was blown up mainly because I talked about how a video that I posted was going to go viral. And there was one person in the comment section of that video from like 3 weeks ago, maybe even 4 weeks ago, that said, bro, that video only has 13,000 views. There's no way that's going viral, right? And so with 29,000 likes, and if we go over to the reels, maybe we can actually see some of the views and whatnot. And if we were to scroll all the way down here, the video has 904,000 views at the moment, right? And I said that I've seen, and I can tell when the video is gonna go viral because it had the tell signs. This video itself here has literally gone viral on every single platform. It first started on YouTube, then it went on TikTok before it got deleted, then it went on Snapchat before it got deleted, then it went on Twitter. That's still not deleted because they, you know, Twitter doesn't really have much against you know, anime nudity in a way, or anything that might be sexually suggestive, right? And then it went viral on Facebook, and now it's viral on Instagram. Apparently Instagram is okay with it, right? And of course Instagram will be okay with it because they're okay with this video of mine's, which has literally like over 11 million views here, like that. So I knew Instagram would be okay with it. But essentially I've been using repurpose.io to post all of my shorts from YouTube to Instagram, and this is what has been going on every single day. So while I have been missing video uploads on YouTube, I have not missed the day since I have repurpose.io, and it's grown a brand new Instagram account to 6,900 followers. Now when I start posting even more content, I'm going to change this from anime recommendations and anime reactions to literally just reaction content itself. This is going to be my full-on content Instagram page, right? And I'm double downing on this by also doing the same exact thing for our Facebook page, which I remember showing you guys. Our Facebook page was like brand new like last month, and yeah, we grew it to 4,800 likes, 4,800 followers. Of course, that's through paid reach, and so I'm still gonna be working on nailing down the paid reach on Facebook, because we want to get into Facebook content monetization. But that same strategy, repurpose IO, which I've talked about many times beforehand, shilling, yes, the link is in the description bar down below, because it's just been a powerful tool to build up platforms that I wasn't even making content on, right? Wasn't even focusing on. And now I have newfound audiences that I can just push more content to. So between this Instagram account, which is under Card Tensei, this Facebook account, which is now under Card Tensei, the TikTok account, which, let me go ahead and just bring it over here for you guys, so you guys can see what that TikTok is currently looking like, because that one is also under a Card Tensei. So we have,
right now,
let's see, we have this one here. So this here is also posting content every single day. As you guys can see, some videos are gonna do much better than others. Apparently I got a community guidelines violation for this one. So yeah, like I said, I got a strike out of nowhere. It is what it is with TikTok. Some of their videos they allow, some of them they don't. But here it is what it is. It's funny enough, because I re-uploaded the one that went viral, and it's still the one that was originally uploaded didn't have the censorship. This one has the censorship in it, and I got what, 5K views and whatnot. So TikTok essentially is just all reposting my YouTube content, and we did grow this to now 10,000 followers. So yes, we are a part of the TikTok creativity beta program. I just have not focused on TikTok at all. So maybe I need to change that. But the other platform I have focused on a lot more, last but not least, is Snapchat. Yeah, this has been the biggest surprise for me in terms of any of the social media platforms I've been working on. And maybe it's just because there's not that many people at all doing anime content on Snapchat. But I have noticed that since starting Snapchat, I have grown this account to, I think, 2,300 or 2,500, and I started doing Snapchat I want to say 3 weeks ago, or whenever I started talking about it on YouTube itself. So I want to get to this up close and personal. It's kind of, I'm having some deja vu right now, which is kind of funny, as I show you guys. So here we go. This here, it's not gonna, it's probably not gonna. Okay, so this here is showing our Snapchat spotlight here, which has, well, it has 2,600 followers. That's where we're at right now with Snapchat. And a lot of the viewership, we have a couple of videos that have 20K, 14K, 77K. I have some more data here. The last 28-day summary shows that we have 902,000 views essentially in the last 28 days, and we've gotten of those viewers, we've gotten 291,000 viewers. The average view time is around 15 seconds. The average view rate is 43 seconds, and we actually have 3,600 hours just through the last 28 days. Now fortunately with Snapchat, they don't really show you more than that in terms of the last it's just consistently last 28 days. But the main goal with Snapchat is to get to 50,000 followers. Okay. At the end of the day, that's where the Snapchat, program is going to be in for monetization. Get to 50,000 followers. I'm pretty much trying to focus on posting every single day. And all I really do is just post what I already post from my, my main YouTube channel. And these are just all the shorts. So, yeah, there's the 20K video I was just talking about there. I have a video, I think the most viewed video so far on my Snapchat is at 86,000 views at the moment, because they took down the other one that unfortunately had reached 100K. But the goal is to go viral on Snapchat as well. You know, we're trying to build out so many different platforms, and yeah, essentially that's where we are at right now with all the content creation stuff dealing with YouTube. Tomorrow's video, yes, I've already pre-planned it, and I'm most likely going to pre-record it tonight for you guys. Is going to talk about what we're doing outside of content creation in terms of like YouTube, in terms of like Snapchat and all these other stuff that social media wise, because I haven't really given an update on that at all. I think we've been so focused on YouTube content for like the last I don't know, this entire year, that I really haven't talked about anything else that I've been doing, especially when it comes to like building my own novel and my other works that's coming outside of YouTube. So people might be like, hey, well, what are some of your other resources in terms of like monetization and in terms of like income sources and stuff like that. So that's something I want to definitely talk about a bit more. This video was definitely more long-winded, but it has been 3 weeks, so I apologize once again for the layover and not addressing / talking much sooner. But hey, this is all a learning process. I want people to, if there's one thing I want people to take away, don't beat yourself up if you miss a YouTube upload. Please do not do that. Even if it's a day, it's a week, a month, maybe even a year, because I'm a testament to all of that. Do not beat yourself up in this game of YouTube and social media. These platforms, yes, they're going to be there, and of course you want to have like say momentum and snowball and whatnot. A lot of people are too afraid about falling off. A lot of people who have had viral success are too obsessed with trying to recreate that same success as well. And sometimes it's okay to take a step back and realize that this is not the end of the world, right? It's not the end of the world. Sure, you may never have the same success that you've had beforehand, and I think that is perfectly okay. As somebody who has had, I guess you could say, several different types of peaks throughout the years and whatnot, going with the ebbs and flows, it's okay. Okay, you're gonna be okay. A lot of people that might tell you, hey man, you might be too old to be doing YouTube, or you might be too young to be doing YouTube and whatnot, or maybe the niche that you're in, or you just don't know what you're talking about. You need to start like limiting the amount of voices that's in your head, right? Like I said, I am living proof that I just work with trial and error, right? Obviously, I know what my Achilles heel is a lot, and I'm working on trying to be better at it. So there's going to be months like where I'm just consistently on it, right? And where we can produce good results. So if there's one thing I want people to take away, it's okay. It's okay to take breaks. All right. A lot of people will be like, yo, no breaks, and 24/7, get to the grind. I've lived that life. Trust me, you can run yourself into the ground. But I'm just one person who was just trying their best on YouTube, and trying their best at building businesses. So it's all a process. It might not be the best process, but hey, we're all learning at the end of the day. So I'll be catching you guys tomorrow for another video, and I guess until then, have a good one, everybody. Borrow your card, I'm out. Doses.